All right, what's up, Walton Lacrosse? Quick video here to go over the first phase of your off-season program. All right, the main goals for this is going to be increase rotational power so you can throw harder, shoot harder, throw the ball farther, and then build up the brakes for the deceleration, which will help lower injury risk. All right, it's not a bodybuilding program, so you're not doing any one-rep maxes. This is all to enhance your performance and lower your injury risk on the field. All right, so it's broken up into 3 complexes plus a warm-up complex. So for the warm-ups, you're gonna go two sets of everything. Everything else is gonna be 3 sets. All right, so for the warm-up, monster walk, you take one of the little bands. If you don't have a band, you can just do it like this, and you're gonna step out, forward, and then back. All right. Second exercise, band pull aparts. Take one of the thin bands. Right here, hold it out. Right here. All right, third exercise is gonna be a side bridge with a band row. So you're gonna tie the band to the squat rack or to something stable. Go into a side bridge right here, and you're rowing. All right, make sure it's tight. You wanna stay in frame so you can see it, but you want to have tension on that. All right, third is a med ball wall dead throw. So find a stable wall. You're going to go up to the wall, and you're just going to throw and rebound right back, right here. So it's a rapid one where you're going to release it. As it bounces back, you're going to catch it, hinge, and rethrow. Fourth thing is rapid response. So basically that's just quick feet right there for 10 seconds. And the last one is going to be the chop step. So it's basically high knees for 10 seconds. All right, so you run through each one of those, 2 cycles, and you're done with the warm up. All right, moving on to the complex 1. We've got a front loaded step up. So front loaded can be a bar in the front rack. I'd rather have kettlebell or dumbbell holding in the front rack, and you're just gonna step up and then back down. All right, lateral rotational bounding. All right, so lateral rotational bounding, you're gonna start, I'll do it back here, we can see better. Start facing one leg. Off of one leg, you're gonna coil, jump out, land at a 90-degree angle. So it's gonna be here and rebound, back, all right? You're making that as long as possible. All right, second exercise is going to be, third exercise is gonna be a split squat diagonal reach, all right? So for that one, you're going into a split stance here, and you're going to rotate and reach as far overhead as you can. So you're rotating at the T-spine. All right, and then you've got a straight leg bridge march. So you can do that on a bench or on the ground. But what you're going to do with that is one leg's going to be straight, kind of out of the frame there. One leg is straight, the other's up, coming up, bridge, and down. Straight the other leg, up and down. All while you're bridging up and you're squeezing your glutes. All right, second complex. Contralateral step row. So for that one, a contralateral is going to be opposite hand, opposite leg forward. So if you can go over here, you can see my feet. We're going to do a step and row. I'm going to start with my right arm with the band. My left leg is going to be forward. I'm going to split stance. When my arm's out here, now I'm going to step back and row. So it's right here. I can use the hand that's not holding the band and go in an opposite direction. All right, second exercise of that complex is a pull-off press with a pull, or a parallel pull-off press with a pull. So what we're doing there, pull-off presses for the anti-rotation. So you're going to have the resistance. You could use a cable machine for this if you don't have a band. like if you're at LA Fitness or something. So you're gonna have a split stance right here. You're gonna bend here, and you're pressing straight out, and you're trying to fight to not let the weight pull you back that way. So you wanna keep your torso straight, pressing out here. All right, third exercise, shoulder taps. So for the shoulder taps, you're in a plank position, hands are here, you're on the floor is here, and you're just tapping your shoulders. All right, and then ankle carves is the last one. So for the ankle carves, I'll move up here so you can see my foot. All right, you're gonna make as big of a circle in each direction as you can. All right, the whole point of anything that says carves, and there's a lot of carves in this program, controlled articular rotations. So you're expanding the range of motion of whatever joint we're working on. In this case, it's the ankle. So it will help reduce your chance of any kind of severe ankle sprain. So if your ankle is used to being, say, at this angle and you step on someone's foot when you land, you're less likely to get hurt. If you do, it'll be less severe. All right, and then complex 3, Nordic curls. So you can have a partner hold your feet, or you can use one of the GH machines if you have that, like they do at school. But basically, you're going to be in this position here, arms crossed. You're going to fold down, reach at the bottom, press back up. All right, so if I had somebody holding my feet down, I would bring my chest down to the floor and then back up. All right, after that we've got reach, roll, and lift. All right, so for this one, you're gonna be down on your knees, hands and knees. All right, kind of in a child's pose position here. I'm gonna reach out with my palm down, turn my hand up, which is the roll, and then I'm gonna raise it up as high as I can. All right, so this we're working on our shoulder rotation and our rotator cuff. All right, next exercise on that one is a single leg depth drop with a single leg broad jump into a bilateral vertical jump. All right, so I don't have space in here really to do it, but I will try my best to show you in a short position. All right, so I'm going to step off with one leg, jump forward off of that same leg, and then jump straight up off of both legs, minimizing the ground contact time. All right, so down, broad jump, jump off of both feet. All right, and then last in that complex is a half kneeling hip flexion lift off. All right, so for that, I'm going to be down in a lunge position, 90 degrees on both knees. I'm going to face straight forward, and I'm just going to raise this knee up as high as I can without trying to compensate in any way. All right, so I'm just going to come off the floor with my foot maybe 1.5 inches or 2 inches. All right, and I'm going to try to hold that for a couple seconds. All right, and then the finisher for this complex is going to be barbell skull crushers and closed grip push-ups. All right, barbell skull crusher. You're gonna lay on a bench. You guys all probably know this one. Pretend I'm laying on a bench. I've got the bar here. Bring it down to my skull, forehead, and then extend back up. All right, building triceps. Closed grip push-up. It can be a diamond push-up if you wanted to, but if you're not ready for that, for 10 reps, just have your hands within the shoulders. All right, don't go outside the shoulders. So it'll be here and regular push-ups. All right, that is day 2. Day 3, all right, I'm sorry, that's day 1. All right, day 2, you've got the same warm-up. All right, a lot of the exercises that are either the warm-up exercises or the injury reduction exercises are gonna be the same throughout each one of the days, all right? So, warm-up's gonna be the same. You got landmine deadlifts. All right, that's the main lift on this one. So I've got a landmine set up here. For the landmine deadlift, all right, it's a lot safer than a regular deadlift and even safer than a hex bar deadlift. All right, and you can even argue that it's more applicable to field athletes because you're not able to have a wide stance with it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stand directly over the bar. It's attached to a landmine. I believe LA Fitness has these. At Walton, every rack has it. It's the little tube thing at the bottom of each rack. If you don't have access to one of those, they're only like $20 at Academy or at Dick's. Or if you're working out at home, your parents don't mind, you can put the barbell in the corner and have it wedged in that way. But you're gonna stand directly over the edge of the bar. Your feet are gonna be directly under your hips. When you bend over and you hinge, I want your legs to actually bow out a little bit, all right? You're gonna grab the bar with both hands and you're just gonna stand it up, all right? So it's a hinge. I feel like my hamstrings, my elbows are straight, and I stand it right up. All right, that's the primary lift. Then you've got kettlebell swings. All right, probably by now, all of you guys know what a kettlebell swing is. Just to do a couple right here. All right, it's gonna be like hiking the football back to start it, and I'm only generating power through my hips. All right, kettlebell should not go any higher than I just showed you. All right, if it's coming up here, you're compressing the shoulder joint, and that's not good for a rotational athlete. All right, third one, split squat, diagonal reach. Already demonstrated that one. That's where you're here, reaching over. All right, and then that is followed up with the single leg straight leg march, which I already demonstrated. All right, dumbbell incline bench press. I don't have an incline bench here. I'm sure you guys all know what it is. All right, you can, ideally, you could use both hands if you want. I'd really like it to be single arm, since you guys, when you play, you're going unilaterally. So you're on the bench, inclined at about a 45-degree angle. One, up, and then the other. And that's one rep. All right, let's see. Second, you got split stance, 180 shot throw. All right, so what that's gonna look like. All right, you're gonna start. Just gonna go. All right, you're gonna start in a split stance here. I'm gonna turn 180 degrees, and I'm gonna shot put the ball straight out. All right, ready? So, boom, drop. All right, next, you've got ankle cars, and then the reach, roll, and lift we already went over. All right, third complex for day 2. Ipsilateral stance, one arm lat pull down. All right, so you'll tie, you're gonna need a thicker band than this orange one, but you're gonna tie it up to a pull-up bar or up to something high. All right, it's split stance, ipsilateral, so it's gonna be the same leg that's forward, this is the same arm that you're gonna pull with, and it's just like a lat pull down, but you're going one arm. So, right here. All right, and you're gonna have the opposite arm doing the opposite movement. All right, so from the front, what that's gonna look like, my right leg's forward, band is in the right hand, and it's gonna be right here. Ipsilateral lat pull down. All right, and then we've got a kettlebell suitcase carry. So you're gonna hold a kettlebell in one hand. All right, try to keep straight. You can put your hand here, whichever you want, and you're just gonna carry it, all right? I don't wanna see any kind of leaning either way. All right, that is followed by shoulder boulder builders. All right, so the boulder builder, you've got dumbbells. All right, we're going 10 front raises here. All right, 10 side raises. Dumbbell doesn't go any higher than the shoulder. And then 10 in this position right here. All right, so from the front, 10, 10 here. Elbow should be slightly bent on those. And then 10 here. All right, and then that's followed by the half kneeling hip flexion lift off. So once again, I'll demonstrate that one from the front on this one. So you're here, and you're just gonna come off the floor, hold it for a couple seconds, and then back down. All right, last complex on that one, we've got tempo chin-ups. So it's gonna be an underhand pull-up grip, and you're going from the top, you're gonna go 3 seconds down. I'm sorry, yeah, 3 seconds down. You're gonna pull it back up, 3 seconds at the top. 2 seconds at the top. Yep. So 3 seconds coming down, pull it up, 2 second hold, let it back down. All right, and then you've got kettlebell pullovers. So that one you're gonna lay flat on the bench. You can use a dumbbell for it as well. I'll just show you here. You're gonna need a heavier one than this, but I just wanna show you the movement. So arms are gonna be straight. You're coming back as far as you can. Let it sink down, open up the shoulders, and then you're pulling it straight up. All right, so it's gonna go perpendicular to the floor, back down. All right, that's the end of day 2. All right, so now going to day 3. This is the explosive day. All right, warm-up's gonna be exactly the same. Then we've got trap bar weighted jumps. All right, so for these, you should be about 35 to 40% of your body weight. All right, if you don't have access to a trap bar, you can use dumbbells. All right, so let's say I'm gonna use dumbbells. I've got 35% of my weight here. You got five jumps. You're jumping up as high as you can each time, rebounding in. All right, landmine iso rotational press. All right, so again, we're gonna use a landmine here. Now, this one's specific to rotational sports, such as lacrosse, baseball, tennis, golf. So the leg that's forward is gonna be the elbow that's down. So I'll go right leg forward, I'll go right arm down, right elbow down. So my right hand's at the end of the bar, left hand in front of it. I'm gonna try to make a straight line with my forearms, and I'm gonna open up my chest going towards the bar. All right, so I'm in this position here. Now I'm pushing in as hard as I can, trying to push through the wall. All right, so from the front, what that's gonna look like, all right, imagine I'm holding onto the bar here. I'm in this position here, pushing forward. All right, then we've got a split stance, jump switch. So that's gonna be right here, rebound, rebound. All right, on that you're trying to jump up as high as you can. All right, and then we've got a med ball fake chop. So we'll go. All right, this is for the deceleration phase again. So the fake chop, you're gonna be in a split stance. I'm gonna start up high, I'm gonna come down low, and rebound. All right, for these fake scoop, which we're gonna go over on the next complex, and the fake chop, they need to be 100% effort. All right, if you're not going as fast as you can with these, you're not gonna build that deceleration strength up. All right, this is a 2-pound ball. Don't go any more than like 3 to 4 pounds on this. All right, so we've got landmine bowler squat. So it's almost like a lunge, all right? You're gonna come into the weight, lean, underhand grip on both. All right, I'm at 45-degree angle. I'm gonna take my outside leg, in this case my right leg, and I'm gonna lunge down and put it directly behind my front foot. All right, I'll reverse it so you guys can see from behind. All right, I'm at an angle. I'm gonna go down. All right, and then you've got, let's see, walking lateral kettlebell lunge. All right, so for that, walking lateral, so you're gonna take step, 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 and then you're gonna go out to the side, bring the kettlebell down. All right, and you're gonna be in this position here. All right, so head is forward, torso is rotated, arms back. All right, I'm gonna come back up. I take another 2 steps, out to the side, again. All right, all one side, and then turn around and do the reverse coming back. Med ball fake scoop. We'll go. Scoop's gonna start out at the bottom, it's just like the chop but the opposite. Split stance, right here, up and down. Again, it needs to be done at 100% effort. All right, and then the last part of this complex Isolateral power off press walkout. Okay, again, you can use a cable machine if you have access to that. If you have access to a Kaiser machine, even better. If you don't, you can use bands. All right, so power off press, you're out here, and you're just gonna sidestep and walk out, and then walk yourself back. All right, 90-90 PNF. All right, PNF's a little bit complicated to explain. I'm gonna do my best here over the video. So I'm gonna sit in a 90-90 position on the floor. All right, and now I'm gonna start at about 60% effort, pressing down into the ground. Build up to 70% effort. Every 5 seconds I'm gonna increase, so now I'm at 80%, 85, 90, all the way up to 100. All right, and then after I'm at 100, I'm gonna relax for a second, and then I'm gonna go regressive, which is trying to pull the floor up while maintaining contact with the ground. All right, so now back at 60%, trying to pull up, 70, 80, and so on up to 100. Now, somebody looking at you doing it, you're not gonna be able to tell that you're doing much, but by the 100%, you should be shaking. Okay, so another way to explain this would be if, let's say the wall's right here. I can put my hand up against the wall, and I'm trying to pull off the wall, but my hand's got to maintain contact. All right, so I'll show you the example of that right here. All right, so progressive is going to be pushing in. Regressive, I'm trying to pull the wall. All right, so the muscles out here are trying to retract it, but obviously I'm not moving, so it's on isometric. All right, if you need more explanation on that and you can't reach out to me for whatever reason, go on YouTube. If you type in FRC pails and rails, it'll explain that really, really well in detail. All right, FRC pails and rails. All right, half kneeling hamstring PNF. So that's kind of a similar thing. All right, except you're gonna use a ball. Half kneeling, you're out here. The ball's gonna be right at the bottom of your calf. All right, you can use something to balance if you need to right here. But so now I'm gonna start pressing down, and just for 10 seconds, pressing down. All right, and then the aggressive part. This time you don't have to remain in contact with the object. For this one, you can now elevate and come off of it. All right, be aware on that one. If you feel a cramp when you first do this one, that's perfectly normal. Your body will adapt to it, and by the end of the phase, you won't have that. All right, then barbell 21s. You guys probably already know what those are. Barbell, you got 7 reps of a half curl from the bottom, 7 for the second half, and then 7 full curls. All right, and that is phase 1. All right, so the way that works, you've got 3 days. It doesn't matter the way I've written it, what order you do those 7 days in. You just want to make sure you get all 7 of those, or all 7 of those. You got 3 days. It doesn't matter what order you do those 3 days in, as long as you do all 3 of them. All right, there's going to be an optional 4th day. I'll make a separate video for those. All right, good luck. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.